attempt number 2 at reading science to my dog. And this is Noodle, and today we are going to read Noodle an article about asteroid mining. I haven't found it yet because I thought I would just see how quickly and easy it is to just go to the NASA website and find the latest article of asteroid mining. So I'm going to type it in, asteroid mining, current news, NASA. I like reading out loud and I like doing stuff like this, but there's a lot of bloggers and I didn't really want to deal with where to find my articles, so for now we're just going to do just NASA articles for now. Okay, so here's what I found just from searching current news asteroid mining NASA. It says NASA invests in concepts aimed at exploring craters, asteroid mining, NASA's off-world ambitions to trigger new something. Okay, I'm gonna look at the dates. October 29th, October 20th. Let's see, what was October 29th? Ooh, NASA finds rare metal asteroid worth more than ... Let's see, oh, this is mining.com. I said NASA only, but I clicked on it. Okay, we're gonna give it a try, but I can't promise I'll make it all the way through. But this is the article that I'm on. We're figuring out how to do the picture-in-picture thing, so if you want to, go to this site. This is metal asteroid worth more than global economy. Okay, let's see what they have to say. NASA's Hubble telescope has obtained images of an asteroid so rich in metals that its worth puts our global economy to shame. Think 10,000 quadrillion. There's a lot of zeros in there. Compared to the world's economy, which is worth about 142 trillion in 2019. The rare heavy metal object called 16 Psyche is one of the largest celestial bodies in the solar system's main asteroid belt. So it's out between Mars and Jupiter. It's located roughly 370 million kilometers from Earth, and it's measured about 140 miles across. You know, I'm getting a little bored already. I was first discovered in 1852. I want to know what's new though. So there's asteroids out there and they all contain different things, well, some of the similar things, but some of them are very rich in precious metals and things that are a little rare and hard to find on Earth. In space, they're very abundant. So right now everybody's trying to figure out who's going to get to space first to start the asteroid mining trend. So someday the old gold rush that we've heard stories about, well, there's going to be a space rush once people start pulling down some asteroid materials. I thought I had heard a story about it wasn't NASA, it was another country's space agency that actually successfully brought back its first batch of mined materials from space. But I don't know if it's true, and I don't know what agency it was. So, let's see if I can find it. I'm just going to go to the actual NASA site, and then NASA invests in tech concepts aimed at exploring lunar craters, mining asteroids. What are they going to get out of the moon? The moon isn't really a good... I mean, I guess things... Oh, I can't really get that. I guess things impact the moon that might have other precious things. So we're pursuing new technologies across our development. Okay. Robotically surveying lunar craters in record time and mining resources in space could help NASA establish and sustain a human presence on the moon. Ooh, do you want to go live on the moon? Part of the agency's broader Moon to Mars exploration approach, 2 mission concepts to explore these capabilities have been selected as the first ever Phase 3 studies within the NASA Innovative Advanced Concepts Program. This isn't really what I'm looking for. There's a lot of times I start articles and I don't finish them. I probably should have found one before this, but that's okay. We'll get there. Yeah, we're good. We're good. I'm just going to look around and see, try to find a good one. Mining. Asteroid. I thought it would be easier than this. Asteroid mining. Whoa, here's an article that was June 6th, 1986. Were they writing about asteroid mining in 1986? That was a long time ago. June 6th, 1986. Let's I'm kind of curious. Studies that make up of 2 newly discovered asteroids.
Show which article it is.
Oh, yeah. June 6, 1986. Mining in space. So this would have been after the moon landing. Okay, studies of the makeup of 2 newly discovered asteroids that could possibly provide the basis for future mining in space have been announced by astronomers and colleagues at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Well, they didn't get very far. In work at several observatories, the astronomers have established that 2 near-Earth asteroids are probably comprised chiefly of nickel iron metal. Oh, you got it? Yeah, gotta take our time. Taysa, oh, doggy. Taysa, oh, doggy. We'll wait. It's fine. You helping me read? Yeah. Yeah. So, comprised chiefly of nickel iron metal, much like some asteroids in the main asteroid belt. Okay, so they identified 2 back in the 80s that they wanted to go mine. Astronomers previously suspected that such near-Earth asteroids were extinct comets?
Yeah.
Okay. As such, they would have probably originated on the far outer solar system where comets are believed to have been formed. Nickel iron asteroids, on the other hand, would have probably formed in the inner solar system. Most would have originated along with objects in the main asteroid belt orbiting the Sun between Mars and Jupiter. That's where they mostly are. Metallic, near-Earth asteroids, however, may have begun as part of the cloud of material that condensed and became the planet Earth. So that's neat. They're saying Earth, before it condensed and got all roundy, could have been an asteroid. Just floating, and then, well, that's the whole, stuff piling on top of stuff type idea. One of the 2 asteroids studied, designated in 1986 EB when it was discovered earlier this year, is known as a 10 class asteroid, one whose orbit is inside Earth's. The other, designated in 1986 DA, belongs to the Amora class, asteroids whose orbit is close to the Earth, but which are beyond the Earth's orbit and do not cross it. Both are about 1 mile in diameter. The observations were made by planetary astronomers Dr. Edward Tedesco of JPL and Dr. Jonathan Grady of University of Hawaii, using the 120-inch NASA infrared telescope on Hawaii's Mauna Kea Observatory. They found that the 2 asteroids have spectral qualities and albedo that put them in the same class as metallic asteroids of the main asteroid belt. So they're asteroids in Earth's orbit or near that are made of the same metals as the ones that are between Mars and Jupiter. Astronomers study the light or spectra of an object to determine its chemical composition. Albedo refers to the object's reflectivity. Tedesco made later observations at Arizona's Kitt Peak National Observatory with Dr. Robert Nielsen of JPL and the Mauna Kea with Dr. Mark Brey, that's fun, of the University of Hawaii. The astronomers noted that the metallic asteroids near Earth might provide suitable sites for future mining operations in space, as has been proposed to provide 12 raw materials for possible interplanetary expeditions in the 21st century. So they found 2 asteroids, one of which was in the same orbit as Earth. So ideally, when it's, as close as its orbit gets to Earth, we would find some way to, I don't know, what do you think? Would we land on it? Would we try to lasso it to the moon? Would we break it apart? What are your thoughts on how we're gonna?
The first step is getting there.
Yeah, it is getting
and
there.
And then once we get something there, we can try bringing pieces back.
The first step is identifying where we're going to get to.
Yeah.
The first step after, yeah. So getting there, just focus on getting there, and then figure out how to. But what if we don't need to get there? What if we can get it to come to us?
Well, we have to send something there.
Yeah.
To change its course.
There's things about using little propulsion packs to kind of nudge things into orbit like the moon. So that could go very wrong. How do you feel about that theory? Do you think that's a good idea?
We are pretty good at getting things to move around the solar system, at least small things.
Oh, yeah?
All the spacecraft that we've sent out.
Yeah,
those things
true.
Travel for almost decades at a time, and they hit their targets.
Yeah, that's true.
So
you think, but I mean, nudging an asteroid is a little more than just that. I mean, we have to know how heavy it is. We have to know a little more than.
Yeah.
It can be done.
Maybe. We'll see. It just takes money and time.
Money and time. What we all have so much of these days. Well, sometimes. Okay. So that one was kind of interesting. It's neat to know that they've been legitimately looking for a way to do this for so long. I mean, it's definitely something that's going to happen. Is it the moon that someone brought back samples?
I think China did, or it was about to.
Sample. China to launch. So they launched, it looks like. There's some articles about the launch. I think someone returned samples. It collected its samples on the 20th of October 2020 and is expected to return to Earth. Oh, no, never mind. It's not going to return to Earth until the 24th of September 2023. China launched the okay, so there's a couple launches that have gone up. Well, I thought I was going to read an article about returning samples, but they aren't quite returned yet. So I'm going to go back over to the NASA site and just kind of look up what they're doing. Not in 1986. There's a lot of stuff here about Artemis, NASA's Juno spacecraft, NASA to provide Spanish language coverage of live stream of the solar eclipse. Oh, that's neat.
Artemis is NASA's moon mission plan for getting people to the moon and potentially developing the moon as a platform for getting to Mars.
That's right. Didn't we do a paper on that or something? I feel like I should be able to recall more of it. All I have in my head from that whole session was that there's a company that's like really expensive, but the parts
Boeing? Boeing for the Space Launch System?
Yeah, there's a company that's like absorbing all this, outer space exploration money, to produce stuff, but all they're doing is like rehashing old parts, and they're tying up a lot of the funding for other things. Oh, this looks neat. NASA at home. Let NASA bring the universe to you. Do you one person? That's neat. It's like a little home improvement-y thing. Let's see what that says. Ebooks for kids and families, be a scientist, virtual tour and apps, broadcast and videos. This is neat. This looks like something you could go through on your own. Or I will once we have the picture-in-picture. I really want to find something about the mining, though. Asteroid Mining. Go. I'm not the biggest fan of the layout of the NASA site. 589 results. Press releases. That's a lot. I don't think there's a way to do this by date. Maybe I could look up 2020. Yeah, I'm not, it's kind of a difficult site to maneuver. Oh, he's such a good baby. What would you do on Mars? There's a here we go. A lunar gold rush. How moon mining could work. Oh, this was an event that they had. Why is it showing up in their articles? Okay, so I guess I got to do a little bit of prep work for these things. Yeah, it's going to be kind of exciting. I like keeping up with
There was a sample return from an asteroid Ryugu.
Yeah? Was it NASA? Who was it?
Yeah.
Can you send that to my email and then I will just click on it? Yeah, because I'm having trouble with the NASA search site. So I put Asteroid Mining 2020 and it's showing me, oh goodness, that glare though. It's showing me articles from 1986, and then it's showing me events and things about Pluto, things about a meteor shower. I'm not really sure why I'm having so much trouble with the site, other than it's just maybe not a good site. Okay, here we go. This is easy though if I just have it pulled up. Who'd you send it to?
I sent it to Robot in April.
I don't think I can. Can you send it to the other one? Because that is not logged in on here for my email. So someone did return with a sample, which is the first person then, right?
I think this was a Japanese spacecraft.
Okay. Right now everybody's just focusing on let's identify, a place to go and then get something there. Even on Mars, we are planning on the next rover is going to harvest a cache of rocks to then bring back later. So everybody's into this whole let's go get stuff from space and bring it back and have that destroy the economy, because why not? Okay. Asteroid, how do you pronounce that?
Ryugu?
Asteroid Ryugu, dust delivered to Earth. NASA astrobiologists prepared to probe it. Oh, that's exciting. Okay, are we ready? Okay, so it looks like it's just dust, but it's still the first thing. I mean, we have things from space, like an asteroid will come close and then turn into like a meteor and a meteorite. And so we have stuff that's fallen to Earth from space. But as far as humans actually going out to space and taking something from it and bringing it back, this is the first.
We've done it
So,
with
This
robots.
is not the first. We've done it with the moon.
We've done it with
We
the
returned
moon,
some moon samples.
and there was the Stardust mission, which collected pieces of a comet that had been.
Oh, so this isn't the first.
I think this is the first time we've landed on something and picked up a piece and brought it back. That wasn't the moon.
How long ago did something bring back a piece of a comet?
2000s, I think.
Wow, I don't remember that. But as far as mining attempts, I really had to do a lot of disclaimers there. So this is the first time we've brought back mining materials. Yeah, I think even the first moon landing, didn't they take some rocks home with them? We have one at the observatory. Isn't that where the observatory one came from? I think it is.
Not from the first one. We got that one from Apollo 17, I think.
Yeah, but it's someone from the moon that brought it back.
Yeah.
Okay. Asteroid Ryugu, dust delivered to Earth. NASA astrobiologists prepare to probe it. On December 6th, local time, Japanese spacecraft Hayabusa 2 dropped a capsule to the ground of the Australian outback. From about 120 miles above the Earth's surface. Inside that capsule is some of the most precious cargo in the solar system. Dust that the spacecraft collected earlier this year from the surface of an asteroid, Ryugu. By the close of 2021, the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency, or JAXA, will disperse samples of Ryugu to 6 teams of scientists around the globe. Their research will prod, heat, and inspect these ancient grains to learn more about their origins. Among the teams of Ryugu investigators will be scientists from the Astrobiology Analytical Laboratory at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. Researchers in the astrobiology lab use cutting-edge instruments that are similar to those used in forensic labs to solve crimes. Instead of solving crimes, though, NASA Goddard space probe space rocks for Instead of crimes, though, NASA Goddard scientists probe space rocks for molecular evidence that can help them piece together the history of the early solar system. What we're trying to do is better understand how the Earth evolved into what it is today. Director of the Space Goddard Astrobiology, Jason P. DeWorkin. Literally, it is DeWorkin. How from a disk of gas and dust that coalesced around our forming sun did we get life on Earth and possibly everywhere? DeWorkin serves as the international deputy of a global team that will probe a sample of Ryugu in search of organic compounds that are precursors to life on Earth. So they're looking for schnapps, basically, right? Okay. Oh, let's see if we remember it. Carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, it's not phosphorus, potassium, phosphorus, salt. Okay. Oh man,
Sulfur.
it's been a while since I've had to remember that. So we're looking for things that may answer how Earth was formed and life got here by studying stuff from outer space that was around during that time, or before even. Ryugu is an ancient fragment of a larger asteroid that formed in the cloud of gas and dust that spawned our solar system. It is an intriguing type of asteroid that's rich in carbon, which is an element essential to life. When DeWorkin and his team received their share of a Ryugu sample next summer, they will look for organic compounds or carbon-based compounds in order to better understand how these compounds first formed and spread throughout the solar system. Organic compounds are of interest to astrobiologists, and they include amino acids, which are molecules that make up the hundreds of thousands of proteins responsible for powering some of life's most essential functions, such as making new DNA. By studying the differences in the types and amounts of amino acids preserved in space rocks, scientists can build a record of how these molecules form. Dust from Ryugu, which is currently 9 million miles or 15 million kilometers from Earth, will be among the most immaculately preserved space materials scientists have laid their hands on. It's only the second sample of an asteroid that has ever been collected in space and returned to Earth. Well, goodness, they've even done this before, so never mind. This is not the first time. Before the Ryugu delivery, JAXA brought back tiny samples of asteroid Itokawa in 2010 as part of the first asteroid sampling mission in history. There it is. Okay. Prior to that, in 2006, NASA obtained a sample from a comet, Wild 2. That's neat. As part of its Stardust mission. And next, in 2023, NASA's OSIRIS-REx will return at least a dozen ounces or 100 grams of asteroid Bennu, which has been traveling through space and largely unaltered for billions of years. So, got more stuff going. Our final objective is to understand how organic compounds formed in the extraterrestrial environment, said Hiroshi Narakawa, professor of geochemistry at Kyushu University in Fukuoka, Japan, and the lead of the global Hayabusa 2 team that will analyze Ryugu's organic compounds. So we want to analyze more organic compounds, including amino acids, sulfur compounds, and nitrogen compounds, to build a story of the types of organic synthesis that happens on asteroids. Okay, I mean, this isn't really what I was wanting to look into today. It's neat. Some people are doing asteroid mining for, things about why, how the Earth was formed and stuff. I want to know about the gold rush that's going to happen. Aww. I guess we can do this maybe when she's having a better day. You got it? Yeah. You want to see if you can find one? Just something about a current, doesn't necessarily have to be NASA. Just find out. Oh, I could click on OSIRIS-REx. Let's see what they have to say. NASA's OSIRIS-REx successfully stows sample. Oh, does it already have a sample?
Maybe. It might have already collected it and is on its way back.
Yeah, that would be neat to know. Oh, October 29th, 2020. There we go. Let's just give her a minute, but this one will be good. Okay. Okay, honey. Yeah. You got it. You got it. Sometimes she does better when she's like full hang off my arm. It's kind of funny. Okay. Here it is. The NASA OSIRIS-REx successfully stows sample of asteroid Bennu. NASA's origin spectral, oh gosh, what is this? This is just, I'm going to read this sentence and I'm going to read it out loud and I'm going to make it through. NASA's origins, spectral interpretations, resource identification, security, regolith explorer. That is what OSIRIS-REx means. Mission has successfully stowed the spacecraft sample return capsule and its abundant sample of asteroid Bennu. On Wednesday, October 28th, the mission team sent commands to the spacecraft instructing it to close the capsule, marking the end of one of the most challenging phases of the mission. This achievement by OSIRIS-REx on behalf of NASA and the world has lifted our vision to the higher things we can achieve together as teams and nations. said NASA Administrator Jim Burdenstein. Together, a team comprising industry, academia, and international partners, and a talented and diverse team of NASA employees with all types of expertise has put us on a course to vastly increase our collection on Earth of samples from space. Samples like this are going to transform what we know about the universe and ourselves, which is at the base of all NASA's endeavors. Well, yeah, and it's like going to be the big resource for rare minerals too. Let's not talk about. Let's make sure we bring that up. It's not just about. People care about how things are made, but you know, bottom line is there will be funding because of this. Hi, baby. The mission team spent 2 days working around the clock to carry out the stowage procedures. With preparations for the stowage event beginning October 24th, the process to stow the sample is unique compared to other spacecraft operations and required the team's continuous oversight and input over the 2-day period. For the spacecraft to proceed with each step in the stowage sequence, the team had to assess images and telemetry from the previous step to confirm the operation was successful, and the spacecraft was ready to continue. Given that OSIRIS-REx is currently more than 205 million miles from Earth, this required the team to also work with a greater than 18.5-minute time delay for signals traveling in each direction. That's amazing. So we found a rock, how many million? 205 million miles away from Earth, and we sent a robot there. And with 18.5-minute time delays, we successfully coordinated scooping up some of it and putting it in a little container to bring back to Earth. That's kind of amazing. Throughout the process, the OSIRIS-REx team continually assessed the touch-and-go sample acquisition mechanisms, wrist alignment to assure the collector head was being placed properly into the SRC. Additionally, the team inspected images to observe any material escaping from the collector head to confirm that no particles would hinder the stowage process. StowCam image of the stowage sequence show that a few particles escaped during the stowage procedure, but the team is confident that a plentiful amount of material remains inside the head. Given the complexity of the process to place the sample collector head into the capture ring, we expected that it would take a few attempts to get it in the perfect position, said Rich Burns, OSIRIS-REx project manager at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland. Fortunately, the head was captured on the first try. Wow! Which allowed us to expeditiously execute the stow process. By the evening of October 27th, the spacecraft's TAGSAM arm. Oh, okay, here we go. She's being a little bit fussier today. Last time we did this, she got to spend the day outside beforehand, so she was all worn out and tired and ready to cuddle. It's been super rainy today, so she's got a little more energy.
The UK Space Agency has an experiment called biomining.
Biomining?
Yes.
Are they taking pieces of people's bodies?
They are using, you can read it if you want. It's a bio-asteroid experiment.
As long as it's not like all super about the formations of things. I don't know. I've heard stories, so many stories about, we're going to find out how the Earth was made, and we're going to find out. Is it that?
No.
Okay. Yeah, you can send it over.
I already did.
Okay. Let me finish this one, then I'll go that one. Maybe. You got it? You trying to help me read? You got to work on your enunciation. Yeah, your words all sound the same. trying. I know you're trying. Yeah. There we go. She's got it. The following morning, the OSIRIS-REx team verified that the collector head was thoroughly fastened into the capsule by performing a back-out check. This sequence commanded the arm to attempt to back out of the capsule, which tugged on the collector head and ensured the latches were all secure. I want to thank the OSIRIS-REx team from the University of Arizona that worked immensely hard to achieve this milestone. Okay, so this is mostly just thanking the stowage process. I mean, that's really the gist of this article. It is, okay, here we go. The OSIRIS-REx team will now focus on preparing the spacecraft for the next phase of the mission, Earth Return Cruise. The departure window opens in March of 2021 for OSIRIS-REx to begin its voyage home. And the spacecraft is targeting delivery for the SRC to Earth on September 24th, 2023. Goddard provides overall mission management, systems engineering, and safety missions for OSIRIS-REx. So we have a while. I guess there's not really anything too exciting about asteroid mining right now, which I feel like there is. We're just missing it. But it's moving along. I guess this is the time to get on the ground floor of investing before it starts being in all the articles. 'Cause it's gonna, I'm telling you.
Something else that they need to have developed first is also the ability to accurately determine what's in each asteroid. Like right now we're sending missions and they take years to get samples and bring them back to analyze them.
Yeah.
So if there was like a quicker way to just fly from one asteroid to another asteroid until you find one that's good.
Yeah, kind of
without
like
having to go back and forth all the time.
Yeah, like with regular mining, like you might blow through some dynamite, but you can just go over there. We can't really just go to the next one. So yeah, I mean, we do have ways of like estimating, like when we can kind of tell like, what it is, but
if you're going to mine it, you're going to want to know how much of it is in there and how concentrated it is, not just that it's there.
We can't tell that if it's like dispersed throughout or if it's in a cluster. We can't quite
really
tell.
Right now with the stuff.
Okay.
You kind of have to do more samples of.
We'll get there. Okay, this one is biomining study could unlock future settlements on other worlds. Okay. And it is through, who is this through? From the UK Space Agency and the Scottish Government. Experiments on the International Space Station have shown that the process of biomining will work in microgravity, a discovery that could help the first space settlers gather the minerals they need to build a long-term presence beyond Earth. The bioasteroid experiment will take up matchbox-sized containers carrying asteroid rock that will then be used to grow bacteria and fungi in an incubator for 3 weeks to investigate how gravity affects interactions between microbes and rock in reduced gravity. Scientists will investigate how the microbes extract materials from rocks in space. This is a whole bunch of everything. Oh my gosh. Scientists will investigate how the microbes extract materials from rocks in space. On Earth, microbes are used in some mining as an environmentally friendly way to access metals. Are they now? I've not heard of that. Release the microbes. We have metal to find. Oh, that's funny. They digest the rock, and what is left behind are the metals the miners needed. Oh, okay. We might have to cut this one short. I'll try to make it through just this one, but she's not really working it out today. Don't really want to do a stream of just her coughing. I'll try to make it through to the end of this, but if I'll let her get it one more time. She is able to get it, but then she fusses and wiggles and loses it. Okay. The bioasteroid, okay, I'm going to read this one paragraph again because it's kind of good. The bioasteroid experiment will take up matchbox-sized containers carrying asteroid rock that will then be used to grow bacteria and fungi in an incubator for 3 weeks to investigate how gravity affects interactions between the microbes and rock in reduced gravity. Scientists will investigate how microbes extract materials from rocks in space. On Earth, microbes are used in some mining as an environmentally friendly way to access metals. They digest the rock, and what is left behind are the metals that miners need. It's amazing. If successful, this method would support efforts to explore the moon and Mars, allowing humans to extract building materials, water, and rocket fuel. Experimenting on the International Space Station allows scientists to conduct unique investigations on the effects of microbes on asteroidal material in conditions that can't be replicated on Earth. Libby Jackson, Human Exploration Program Manager at the UK Space Agency, said, if we want to keep exploring space and pushing the boundaries of what is possible, then we will need to make or find the essential elements required to support life. Through our membership of the European Space Agency, UK scientists are able to take advantage of the unique scientific facilities available on the ISS and are the forefront of efforts to recreate the foundations of life on Earth. The new Bioreactor Express program, which this experiment forms part of, is going to change the way we are able to use this unique laboratory, opening up new opportunities for UK scientists and organizations to undertake science in space. That's amazing! So they have matchbox-sized containers full of asteroid material, and they're trying to grow bacteria on it, so they can see if they can then use this, or microbes, so they can then see if they can use these microbes to eat the rock and only leave the metal?
Something like that.
And they're doing this on the International Space Station right now. That's a good article. That was a good find. It's so weird, my brain, I think of everything like weird like that, but I've never thought of doing that. So there's more to this. It's just talking about laboratory opening up new opportunities. It's on the fast track, which is yeah. It's fantastic. Scientists at the University of Edinburgh have worked on this monumental UK-led project. We're living during an exciting time for the space industry. The experiment is so it's coming up. The experiment is due to launch to the ISS on the SPX-21 and commercial resupply service mission contracted by NASA and flown by SpaceX using Cargo Dragon 2. Early next year, we will see the first significant UK industrial contribution to the ISS. The Kolka communications terminal built by iBaby will be installed by astronauts on the spacewalk in January. This terminal will significantly upgrade the communication abilities to the Columbus module, where many of the UK science experiments take place. It will enable experimental data to be beamed down to Earth. So the Columbus module on the space station is about to be growing microbes that they hope will eat rock to help them mine metals. So yeah, people are going a little crazy trying to figure out how to do asteroid mining.
Just like that Star Trek episode.
What Star Trek episode?
Where they had those guys?
Oh, they did do that. Devil in the Dark. Was it? Are you talking about the old Star Trek one?
Yeah.
Yeah. They had the silicone guys, and now they use the silicone guys because they would tunnel. They would help them make tunnels that they could then go in and mine. And I think, wasn't the things they were mining actually their babies?
They found the pearls and eggs, but that wasn't.
That wasn't what they were mining.
That wasn't what they were mining. That was just something they.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true. They had them like piled up and stuff. So.
If that were just like weird rock formations.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a neat thing to think about, though. Trying to create microbes that will help you go mining, and then not have to use so much waste and bulky tools and, you know, resources. Just have some little critters do it for you. I don't know how much more Noodleoni has in her. I don't think we've had anyone jump on today, so yeah, so we'll just go ahead and we're gonna do some ARC. I'll still talk because sometimes people will watch the restreams and stuff, so we're going to look for a snail today. Then we're gonna go over and do some building on creative mode and probably make a castle.
We're still waiting for the update to finish.
Oh, it's got a while. So we will be back in a little bit with some ARC. I mean, I guess I could just read another one until she goes, but I like it better when there's people in the chat talking and stuff. We've been going for quite a while. I think if someone is gonna
45 minutes.
that's twice longer than the first one.
Hmm.
Oh. That's really neat. Cosmic news. Search results for Pluto. How moon mining would work. The gold rush. I don't know. You think it'll be the moon? Oh yeah, that line keeps getting me, but then I click on it and it's like an event or a book you can buy, but it's under their article tab. Hi, baby. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, the website here is not user-friendly enough to just type in a topic and then have things pull up, which is quite unfortunate. But we still found one. Hi, baby. Spacecraft reactivated to hunt for asteroids. Yeah, that's another thing, is like finding which ones to go to.
Yeah.
I wonder if there have been like arguments over, no, we're gonna mine it, we're gonna mine it. Not yet.
Whoever gets there first.
Whoever gets there first. Like Noodle's trying to get there. Oh. Okay, we're gonna just kind of let her do her thing and then do some ARC later. And then probably next week we'll get to some more articles. All right. Bye.